315. Fold. Fold.
Get us. Is there water beyond it, yeah?
There's sparkling if you want. They're bringing us.
That's right, you found the apple, couldn't find the one next door.
Pardon?
It's a bit too much for just stealing my blind. 350 was given it away.
This is a lot. I don't want the caller. I was going to say all in, so I might as well just make it 250, the same as all in. I might have called.
Were you beating twos?
Eh?
Were you beating twos?
Aces.
I thought so, that's what I found it. He said aces. I paid it twos.
Oh.
The old apple.
I don't know, it's fair. That's it.
I'd like to have seen the flop.
Just for fun.
30 to call. Raise 60.
They see me fold this, they suspend me. Can they suspend you if you fold? Like that? Can't. No, I just want to know because I don't know because, yeah. They'll suspend me.
Fold. Raise 160 in total.
Lam can't you do normal like that?
Civil.
And then they call you and then let's see what happens now. What's the story? Like, I wish I was normal like that.
Check.
Yeah, and it comes like yeah. I want to be normal.
Call. Bet 110.
Yeah,
Bet.
all bet one day.
Bet 110.
Call and bet one day.
He thought we didn't hear.
It's a better call.
All in.
All in.
Oh, really?
All in.
Get him.
All in.
I knew you had a chair.
Don't worry about them.
Oh, it's all in. Set up king.
Don't worry about them. Cuz.
Can I get on? All in.
No, he's not had a hand.
Unlucky. That's all right.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
It's Borzi cool, huh? Pre-flop. Okay.
He's got balls. Another ladder. I knew you had Jake said when he made that flop.
You know when I knew you had checked in?
What else did you guys?
You know when I knew you had checked in?
Unlucky. When he turned it over.
Cheers, thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
Cockroach survived the ladder.
I don't want to lie, I knew he had checked in when he turned it over.
That's a 20k race for me.
Yeah, you sound like you couldn't believe it.
Can I use this?
That turns good because I had a
16-1, not 20. Yeah, I said, did you say only?
The patin was
That's mine.
yeah.
I know, it's a dead button.
Yeah, it's a dead button.
He raises, he
Sure.
raises, he flops
guy
his
raised-
head, and he goes up. That's nice stuff.
Yeah, but this is how it worked. Gio raised, the guy made it 450. Gio called, he flopped the straight. 10 jack, just flopped it. And the out set of kings.
Just the camera, yeah. Cool, you couldn't have blocked it, right?
Then I flopped it.
I'm using this one.
Where the fuck is it? Yeah.
We need a waiter up in here.
I want to tell you one thing, there's a lot of oats funky for you to hold up.
Essentially the whole table. Yeah, exactly. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
The whole table anti-set you. Like when Rob goes all in, just pause. Anti-set by everyone.
No,
I just stood up.
The best is when I call, what's his name? Gareth on the bubble.
Oh,
Because
shit.
I know that there are 20 people shouting for me. Fold.
Did you fold a big blind match, yeah?
No, my calls are yet. Camera.
110.
Anyone else like drinks here?
Raise 110 in total.
Cold. We have blood time. Cold, please. No, what's that? Two waters.
Raise 110 in total, sir.
Coke with some ice. Cam, you want something to drink? You want something to drink?
Water. Still.
Yeah, water.
But Neil, let them bring us 3 buckets of ice full of water. I swear, I'm not joking. Yeah. So we can put them like this, but they must have ice in them so they fold.
Fine, I'll sort it out. Thank you.
It's 110.
Somebody want to the Coke?
Yeah,
Two espresso.
Take this
And
away,
Tom?
please.
Tom, you want anything?
No, I'm okay, thanks.
Fold.
Take the bowl away, please.
Thank you.
Cards, please.
I like it.
But did you see the picture and then you had to go back again to see if we never paid?
I run too good for it to pick. It's a new decision in life.
It's a good decision.
Yeah.
You'll make your luck.
100%, I swear.
I agree.
Everyone stands up, I knew it was coming. Well, why did you think it was coming?
So true.
I folded a 3, so I was glad to see the 3 on the turn.
I was glad to see the 3 on the turn.
Lump folded
Fair.
I was like,
aces.
3 turn. What a
Raise.
turn.
Lump folded aces.
Raise 7 in total. Fold.
No, what's going
Fold.
Holding massive hands, yeah. You really make it easy for me. It's unbelievable. Like, not even like king, queen suited, I could just put it in.
Fold.
How many plays they
Can I ask you a question? Hello. Instead of when somebody goes all in, we have to start screaming. They start screaming.
Fold.
Wow.
We didn't have to stop. That's why I said go.
You get onto the hand and you can take a photo. I mean, it's still. Because that's not good for karma and all that. Like,
Good for people's voice.
like you're sitting here for a minute and trying to run it out.
Just go.
But on the World Series, you're way longer than it. It's like, what is it, 15, 30 now?
In 2040.
Sounds like fun.
Because that's the power he has. He's the only person who goes to So he just sits there, start blast. I would never be able to tell you otherwise.
30,000 to call. Fold. Fold.
Your camera at least.
Yeah. Wide angle lens.
It's a pity you didn't find water.
One pounder. Yeah?
It's a pity you didn't find roller.
I'm gonna hand it to Sam.
Much can you fucking put? And it's not real. And then you used the wrong word.
All in.
If you got aces, you got a call, I guess.
What ice queen I'm quoting.
210.
I think Cam's gonna find a hand.
What?
210.
To 10.
I don't know if I like that. I don't know, I'll take it. Cheese, man.
Flop.
6 on the flop.
Ten. River.
Well played. You fought
Yeah,
for a
well
long
played.
time.
Well played, Rob. I mean, you had a proper guy.
Yeah.
Very long time. Well done.
Have you talked about the Cam or what?
Kev, now you must go there. Kev, go to that camera, please.
Huh?
So that we can move up. Because I'm trying to, then I can use this one and Cam can use this one.
I'm using
Yes, but if I can move up and use this one, it makes
But you must be here,
You can use whichever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use that. Hello. Hi. Fish, that's Sam.
Still have to use this one. Which one are you using?
I'm going to use this one. You can use whatever you like.
Yeah.
No, it's just because we're sitting on top of each other. Now, Cam and I have a little bit of space.
No, it's the same. I'm talking about going out. Doesn't matter. You think crooked. That's your problem. You don't understand. I think 43, now you got 81. You just make 40 grand in 10 minutes. What you complaining? All of us.
You think we were fighting for the Sixers?
You went for the side. You got 40 grand more.
30 to call. 30,000 to call.
Football was 8. I'm like, no,
Also special.
30 to call. Yeah.
Which one must I use? I don't know which. Whatever's more comfortable.
Yeah.
Use that one.
No, no.
Zo'n meer komt je aan Frans, maar het loopt niet op. En je route ruil on, you never stop.
Raise 65 in total.
Did you let someone to do that?
Yes, they just brought a table full of sparkling water to you guys.
Sparkling.
There's a full
Hey,
table of
man,
sparkling
come
water.
on.
No ice buckets.
Serious? One stall.
Oh my god. Okay, I'll go try to see if I can.
And ice buckets. So
And the cafe. The coffee. The espresso.
S'il vous plaît.
Alsjeblieft.
Alsjeblieft.
You see, I wasn't wrong. There is 7. I thought you were supposed to do 9, I didn't know. I thought you were still 8, there was 7. But you consider that
Fold. Fold.
This is such a bold statement for you to raise me, min raise under the gun. That must be such a strong hand. Can I tell you something? Such a strong hand that I don't even think. I'm folding straight away.
I say you spoke straight to
No, but I show and then fold or just fold. You can just fold.
you have to show. Time.
Shot. Nice hand.
How do you know? Did he show you?
I believe him. I'm funny like this.
I never said what I had. I had king 8 of spades.
It's double between your nose.
So who's going to use?
Is that what you had?
Yeah.
I had 8-2. Offsuit.
Did Love ever tell you when he picked up the hitchhiker and he was getting into it, it was a
I said, no, it's sweet.
Yeah, I know you were.
I love you never told him that one.
30 to call.
Don't fold, it's your big blind.
Fold.
Walk is good.
60.
Go.
Check it.
Is it possible like the two players that are in can go out together at the same time?
Flop.
Trying to get my chips.
Check.
Check.
10.
I talk first, no? Where's the button? Yeah.
You.
Check.
Check. Only because you want.
Alright.
Only because you want.
River.
Only
Check.
because you want. Only because you want. Don't have to see cards. Go. Make it different. When you take it, then right time.
Nah, min race should be now.
I got 16 already. Yeah, I got 16. I must
might
put
upset
that
you.
in.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got rubbish, you fold it.
Yeah, you got message. No, you're right, because if I got 2-7 together, we don't have to.
2-7. You're not defending. It's not the size of the race.
Small blind,
You
please.
wanted to prove a point.
No, well, just tell him because he doesn't think so.
Got 20 other ones as well.
What is it?
You mean throw the cards this side, yeah.
Where? Okay.
What happened?
No, he says not the raise. I don't know. He said, explain to me something. I said, I don't know. Explain it to Kevin.
I hope you say Kevin doesn't believe.
No,
Ready to
he's
call?
trying to explain me about the raise. I don't know these things.
Oh.
I just play and put in and vote.
Play and put in and fold, okay. Cam fold.
Okay, Michael saying I know.
Raise 7-5 in total.
I don't want to say anything, Ken, but every time it's his big blind.
Yeah,
you raise.
100%.
That's all I want. You fold the whole time. As soon as it's his big blind, you raise. I don't want to say anything, you know what I mean?
Raise 7-5 in total.
No, I don't want to say anything. I'm
I
just
do
saying.
so if I find aces, I'll
I'm
flag
taking
forward,
note of
I won't
this.
raise.
I'm taking note of this.
I don't fold big hands like that again.
Alright, Paul.
Good, you'll stick yourself around.
Same to me as well.
Oh, did I order a Coke? I actually ordered a still water, but I'll take this. Because I'm thirsty.
I also ordered a Coke, eh? I'll have a Coke as well.
Can I just
and I want to ask for the glass with ice as well. Not too much ice.
And I want, please bring me a straw.
What's that? Still how many Cokes must we order the thing?
You don't know if they fold the Coke.
Pop and a water.
Raise 6 in total.
good luck to you. But I'm still going to pay you. Same here.
It's a raise. Fold. 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 Flop. Check. Check. 10. 7.
How do you fold?
85,000. Bet. Fold. Button moves. Small blind, please. Small blind, please.
4.5 minutes. That was watching. Tell him to calm. He asked me. He doesn't play much.
30 to call.
Played the main event.
Yeah. I never saw him.
Played the main event. Only the main event, but he played.
Raise. 70 bucks, 70,000 total.
70 down. See how easy. Down.
Fold. 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 Flop. Check. Bet 80,000. Raise. Raise 225 in total. Fold. Button moves. Fold. Yes, sir. Raise. Send 5,000. Fold. Raise 210 in total. Fold. Fold. Fold.
All in.
All in.
750.
750 total.
Yeah.
Because you must
Including the bet. Just check everything.
The dealer must count it.
5,
750 exactly.
6.
Completely. Altogether.
Oh, well, I'm putting too much of don't fold it.
Ace king. You've also got ace king.
Huh?
You got ace king.
All in.
No,
What do you got?
I called you.
All in.
Me and Orphan.
Ace queen, ace king.
All in. Flop.
Queen of diamonds will do, not a bad flop. Alright, give him a king.
Check.
I don't want a queen. Give him a king.
River.
He's a good man. There we go. I like it.
Unlucky on far.
This is eventually you gave me my one time, eh?
That was good.
But this is what I've been doing.
Your whole tournament like here.
I still had another 620 after that. I'm waiting for you.
Queen, 750.
I would have went to 10. Well, I'm not as good as you. That's the difference.
Yeah. It worked until the end.
Went up to 210. Started 500.
It's almost like battling Codfather back in the day, hey? This is like a Codfather battle back in the day.
Okay.
The 500 freeze or whatever.
Normally this night cameras trying to get out of it. Trying to bring back the casual.
They just refused to move.
30,000. 30 to call. Fold. 30 to call.
In the middle of the diamond. Square, in the middle.
Raise 120. Fold. Action. Fold.
Espresso. Who wanted espresso?
Yeah.
Offer and I. Thank you. Did you bring wine? No, no. Good time.
Yes, sir. Fold. Fold.
7-2, eh? Nothing I can do.
I just didn't want to do another scrap with this.
That was good.
Here's just for fun.
I'll just one hand on the floor.
Mine's here.
Tournament, oh, it's 650,000.
But look, I was the same, you know.
That's why I don't do as well as you do. And you know that I've only just started playing. I watched it on TV once or twice.
The chair went.
Yeah, that's what happened with, yeah. They had a double cushion. Like I needed a double cushion.
30 to call.
Someone definitely pressed you. Oh, really? Not me, I just shot. Definitely not me. Not you as
So
well.
50 kilometers.
Me either. Kevin just play.
30 to call.
Rob left, you took over. You haven't stopped.
You're looking for me.
Play.
I don't want to play.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
forgot to even show them your way. You better
You
give it
showed
down.
them. Don't worry. You showed them.
Did I?
Fold.
Up perfectly in front of the camera.
80.
80. Raise 18 total. Call. Yeah. Flop. Check. Check. 10. King. Check, check. River.
Let you get there. Forget about.
Good blind, please.
Now there's no solution.
30,000.
Okay, man, anytime you're ready. Your card says you're on camera. I can tell you that for free.
Okay. You can't break down now, Ken. You can't break down. You have to go.
I'm going to wake up to end and you're going to hear him after.
75,000. Raise 75,000 total.
Now I go to Fondaine.
Come on, Kev, teach him a lesson. I promise. Don't even look, just push all in, you win.
Teach him a
I
lesson,
promise you.
just got big stack. You'll teach me a lesson.
Oh, sorry, bro. 1.7 there, run now, huh?
At least I'll have
Fold.
chance against you.
Fold.
Another 45.
Yes, sir.
Kim's gifted.
Flop. Fold.
Joel.
What did you do?
I'm looking for one.
Now you were ahead. 3.
But you think I have no idea about this guy.
I promise you. Absolutely.
Nothing.
Absolutely.
The man I told to walk, he's the guy I got knocked through. I told him to walk. He's still walking with a bit of like unbalance.
I'm glad you also realized that. It wasn't only me, at least. You know.
Don't pick on my disability.
You're still not out of walk. I need at least another 40 years to try and help you.
No, I
Does that mean you're going to walk this hand and show?
no, I don't think.
946.
Perfect was it.
Yeah,
30,000 to call?
And then you hear him and fighting with me.
Fold.
946. And that's when I found 4.
Fold.
Good luck here.
Fold.
20 chips. I'm not here for the money. I'm only here for
Who's
the
it up
trophy.
to?
Actions on you, sir.
Me, eh?
Yeah.
Huh?
We're not here for the money. We're here for the
Just
trophy.
for the exposure, that's all.
Just for the exposure.
Raise 18 total. 18 total.
Don't tell me that's your big blind. That Ken's big blind.
Fold.
Get you.
Oh, how much are you don't show me?
You showed me Jake. I haven't got Jake.
Small big.
It doesn't matter because I've got 60,000.
Okay, how much do you want to do?
$30,000 to call. Raise 70,000. Call.
This game won't finish by 3. Maybe 3. Maybe 3.
5.
Everyone on
If they,
50 big rounds. Every stage is 50 big rounds.
no, I'm short stack. I haven't got
Even
average.
if you get your heads up, right?
I'm not even near average, wood.
Three of us.
We're not even there.
If 2 people have a full mix, you can still play heads up for 8 hours in the structure. The structure's good. I said to him, this thing can't finish before 3 a.m.
No, that's exactly what I said.
Raise
I don't know if it can finish by 6 a.m. Sure.
70,000.
Good, strange things happen.
70 in total. Call.
Play tomorrow afternoon.
70,000 to call. All in. Fold. Fold. Call.
No, I said you should call.
Oh, I heard a call.
Call, yeah.
No, fold.
Folding.
Careful, careful.
No, I said he said
No,
call.
I
He
realize what
said
you
he
said.
changed.
I'm saying.
Fold.
Take that.
I still need to give you a change, eh?
Yeah, 30.
30. Okay, this must
I don't
go
think it's right to push
in.
ace. I said I'll play.
Okay, this is your money. Yeah.
I had ace 9.
Okay.
The wall is this.
Yeah.
Wait, go.
Okay. Flop. All in.
Oh,
10. 4. River. 7.
how many times can you put your money behind and hold up and get it? How many times?
Oh,
How many times do you put your money behind and hold up?
Good well played.
Cam, do you know what's coming? No, do you know what's coming?
Don't you?
No, because every
But
time.
don't you?
No, hold on.
Testing 1 2. Can you?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How about you have to pick on the wall?
Right, good evening everyone and welcome to the Times Square Casino where we are down to 5 players in the Monsterjam Poker Tour main event final table. We've just had a bust out that you've probably witnessed on screen. Cam Nardi versus Tutu Rasson. Cam got it in with queens against Tutu's... Tutu got in with jacks against Cam's... I'm going to rephrase
Queens.
that. Tutu got it in with queens, and Cam's had jacks, and there was a jack on the flop. The board ran out of full house, and that sealed the exit of Tutu Rasson, who's, as most of you would know, a vlogger who goes around the country, plays in a lot of poker tournaments. He really tries hard. He tries to get the grind out there, and it's a bit unfortunate for him that his hand got beat. Cam's had a lot of run good today. He had it in a little earlier with 10s against jacks against Harold Brooks, and he found a 10 on the turn to knock Harold out. With me again, our very good friend from the Hender Mob, Roland Boothby. Welcome, Roland.
Hey Mark, how you doing?
Yeah, good, and you? How's your day been?
It's been very relaxed. You know, unfortunately, as you know, my run in this tournament ended yesterday, so I kind of earmarked the entire weekend to play the tournament. But as things turned out, had a free day, so I've been mainly in the room, watching a bit of sport in the UK. Talking to my girlfriend, and I've just sort of in the last couple of hours had a little wander around the casino, sort of see what the restaurant offerings were like, and ended up having a very delicious steak at the Italian place upstairs.
Fantastic! Restaurant called 40.
Yeah.
Well, that's very, very nice. And tomorrow you're off on a nice game drive at the Lion Park. You'll enjoy that. I think you're going on like a 3-hour trip, and you'll spend the rest of your stay with us in a hotel in Santon. You'll get to experience the Nelson Mandela Square and all of that around, and you'll off your tour with me. We'll have dinner tomorrow night.
I've been looked after impeccably. I couldn't have asked for anything more. It's been a wonderful experience. First time down in South Africa, and I'm going to finish off this little section of the trip with some commentary for your viewers.
I've got some work to do, so I'm going to leave you here. I'm going to leave you with the crew, and you can just do some hand analysis and enjoy yourself out there and have some fun. You'll get to know the players quickly. There's only 5 of them left. Pretty rough table. I can tell you that this is almost a bit of a home game with Cam, Kevin and Gio. That I can certainly tell you. Mind you, Spider's also in the mix, and Naeem Lum, well, he's an old seasoned campaigner. Big hustler. He'll know what to do. He'll get them to knock each other out. And enjoy yourself.
Well, I look forward to taking your viewers for a few hands over the next, over the next period of time, and hopefully it can, shine some light on what's going on here at the table. But as you heard just there, my progression in the tournament wasn't as so we'll see how we get on. But yeah, looks like these guys are having a lot of fun. And the 5 left in the tournament, they've all locked up decent cash here at the Monsterjam Boca Tour Pretoria. So yeah, they all look pretty relaxed, and stack's pretty deep right now. So I'm sure this could go on into the night. So yeah, great structure here.
The structure is fantastic. They're all at least 50 bigs deep. So I'm going to leave you to it. Have some fun. We'll see you later.
30,000.
Looks like the blinds at this stage are 15,000, 30,000. Looks like just took a wander past the feature table, and yeah, there are a lot of chips here at this point. It's around about 9 o'clock local time, so we could be seeing this contest head into the early hours, but a lot of it will be dependent on the card distribution. As we saw there just before I came on air, we had a bit of a cooler jacks v queens 6-handed with a jack falling on the flop to there you see our chip counts. Had the pleasure of playing on this feature table yesterday. For a short time was had the South African flag next to my name, which caused some questions back home. But yeah, off we go here. I played with one of these guys. I played with the chap in seat 1 once or twice over the first couple of days. It's Kevin Khalil. And as we see, 5 left, and looked at the prize pool. Looked like there was roughly I think it was 700,000 or 800,000 rand up top, converted nicely to euros at around 40,000. Two binds of which came from myself. So it's like Cam Naidu going to pick up ace jack off here. Pretty strong hand, 5-handed. It's got 2.7 million. I'm going to see a flop. Not sure what Kevin Carroll's holding is here.
Check. Check.
Both these players plenty deep, and Cam Knight, you're going to check back. Oh, this is a blind-on-blind confrontation. My mistake. So
150.
he's going to check back the ace-high flop. Slightly tricky play there, but certainly not going to check back turn. And he's going to get a call here. And looks like this check back may get him some more action than he would have done.
No.
The river does put a third heart out. Interesting to see how how thin he can go for value here. Decides to check back. Board's a little bit of a ugly board for Ace Jack. Looks like King Queen may have been shown down there as one of the hands. Looks like Ace Jack's going to take it down. Pretty borderline there. Ace Jack will often go for value there against the perceived wider range of the small blind. For those who didn't catch the introduction, my name's Roland Boothby. I'm from the UK. I'm head of poker content for the Hendon Mob and Global Poker Index, who have been proud to partner with Monsterjam Poker Tour since the start of 2019, and it's a partnership that both parties hope will flourish into the forthcoming seasons of Monsterjam Poker Tour. Really honoured to have been invited to represent Hendon Mob here at the stop in Pretoria, and been hugely grateful to be able to meet Mark and Caitlin and all the guys here in the production crew. And Kumran Govender is going to pick up tens here under the gun. He seems to be the shortest stack. He's got about 23 or 24 big blinds. He not particularly short given the late stage in the tournament we're in. He's going to kick it up to 90, so almost 3x, which is on the bigger side compared to some raises, typical raise sizes we see in this day and age. It's gonna come round to the small blind. Cam Naidu. It's King 10 off. Hand that a lot of players will elect to get rid of in the small blind. We see players these days generally playing quite tight in the small blind, given the position they will find themselves in on the remainder of the hand. And Giovanni Zanette, who we saw eliminate a player on the bubble, his eights held up to bring all these players into the money against Ace 10 of diamonds. He's going to defend pretty wide here, King 7. And this is a flop that we could definitely see some action on, depending on how Giovanni elects to play it. I expect to see a continuation bet. Okay. What do I know?
Check.
So very interesting check back there from Kumran. Generally, you'll see players with overpairs betting out on these boards, and protects their hand against overcards coming. We see an overcard coming on the turn, and this is definitely the green light for Giovanni to fire out a bet. I assume Kumran checking back the flop doesn't intend to fold to this turn bet, but I haven't been able to predict his action too well so far. He's going to make the call. He's in pretty good shape here going to the river, and he is going to hold on this 9 of hearts a river. So the question is whether Giovanni elects to bet out as a bluff here, and the answer to that is yes. And he's going to put Kumran in a really tough spot here with tens. Kumran could have, well, I say he could have avoided this, but I imagine that there still would have been action had he elected to bet flop. But this is a very borderline spot here for Kumran. There are one overcard to his tens, but the big blind will have a pretty wide range here, defending to just under 3x raise from under the gun. But this will, a lot of the time, this will come down to your perception of how your opponent plays, whether he's capable of putting you to the test here. But yeah, overall a spot that no one really wants to be in. I can imagine that the pay jumps are quite significant at this stage of the tournament. And I think this comes down to how you perceive your opponent. There are not a huge number of hands that missed on this flop, other than hands containing a 7. There are a lot of 2-pair hands that Giovanni could have, obviously defending in the big blind, 6-5, 5-4, 6-4 suited. He's certainly representing a hand. Okay, it's going to make the call, and the we'll see Giovanni turn over the king high there, and a nice double up there for Kumran Govender, who is going to increase his stack to 1.7 million. Bit of a hit for Giovanni there. I actually liked how he played the hand, putting his opponent to the test on the river, and against a lot of opponents will actually get that one through. So a nice play all round by both players there. If you break down the hand, very well played. You know, some good aggression there from Giovanni, and the correct call in the end from Govinda. This will actually even out the stacks somewhat. We were already quite deep, playing roughly a 50 big blind average, and Govinda, who appeared to be, from my observation, the short stack, is now doubling up to probably around a 40 or 45 big blind stack. So this could even out stacks even more, and dare I say, prolong the evening. We could be seeing a contest that goes well into the night here. But again, you never know what will happen in terms of card distribution.
Raise.
Kevin Khalil here probably going to kick in the Jack 6, but I could be wrong again.
Fold. Fold.
Raise and take it there for Kevin Khalil. And then we see the chip counts of our 5 remaining players in this Monsterjam Poker Tour main event here at Times Square Sun City International in Pretoria. Got to give a huge amount of credit to our production crew here at Times Square. Whole cam technology does not lend itself to an easy ride for our team behind the scenes, and they've been doing a great job.
$30,000 to call.
So we've got blinds 15,000, 30,000 here. Kevin Khalil under the gun, 10-8 offsuit. Imagine he'll elect to mark that one. Cam Naidu in the cutoff here.
Fold.
8 deuce. And Giovanni Zanetti, who we saw just run a pretty aggressive bluff against Kumran Govinda. Unsuccessful on this occasion, but definitely a player who will accumulate chips when he picks up a hand you might think. King Queen off in the small blind, raising into Nahum Lum in the big blinds, and almost certain to go to a flop here. 2 very reasonable hands, blind on blind.
Flop.
Certainly some flops that could
Jack 6 and king.
that could induce some action here, and this is undoubtedly one of them. It's in a heads-up pot. The big blind
150.
It will be certainly reasonable. That is a very surprising fold there. I was not expecting that. The big blind there defending Jack 10 off and electing to fold to the small blind's continuation bet after flopping middle pair. And I think I heard someone say dinner break, so looks like we will be leaving you for possibly 15 minutes, or possibly a bit longer than 15 minutes. 15-minute break, and we'll be back shortly, and I will be back with you because we're only just getting started.